Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a car that's making some serious waves, the 2026 Mercedes-Benz CLA EV. Now Mercedes is making some huge promises about record-breaking range and charging. So the big question is this thing for real? Is it the new benchmark we've all been waiting for? Let's get into it.
So, right out of the gate, Mercedes is not messing around. They're basically saying, we're building a premium EV with the best efficiency and the best range. That sets an incredibly high bar, and it tells you they're not just trying to compete, they're aiming to lead the entire pack.
And, this isn't just another car for them. They've actually called the CLA critical. Why? Because it's designed to go after the two biggest elephants in the room for EVs, that nagging fear you'll run out of juice and the headache of sitting around forever waiting for it to charge.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll look at why this car is such a big deal for Mercedes. Then, we'll check out the official numbers they put on paper. After that, and this is the fun part, we'll see how it actually did in the real world. We'll also unpack the secret sauce behind its charging speed, and finally, we'll try to answer that big question. Is this thing a new benchmark? All right, first up, let's talk strategy. You have to understand, the CLA isn't just a new model. Nope, it's really the first shot in what Mercedes sees as a whole new EV revolution for the brand. So, what's the big deal here? Well, this is the very first car built on their brand spanking new, super efficient electric platform. This isn't just an old design with a battery crammed into it. It's a ground-up rethink of what an EV can be, and it's already getting some serious attention, with some outlets calling it Car of the Year for its smart innovations. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. The official specs. These are the numbers that Mercedes actually published, the promises they made to all of us. Now just look at this table for a second. There are two numbers here that really jump out, mostly because you almost never see them together. You've got that huge 374-mile estimated range, but then it's paired with a crazy fast 22-minute charge time. That combination, that endurance and speed, well, that's the one-two punch that could really shake things up. But listen, official numbers are one thing. The real test, the one that actually matters, is what happens when you get this car out on real roads in the real world. So let's see how it did. So here it is again, 374 miles. That's the official number from the EPA. And honestly, that's already really good. That puts it right up there with the top dogs in the EV market. But hold on, because this is where the story gets absolutely wild. In a standardized independent test by the team at Edmunds, the CLA didn't just hit its target, it blew right past it. They managed to squeeze an incredible 434 miles out of a single charge. That is 60 extra miles that Mercedes didn't even promise you. Just amazing. To put that into perspective for you, beating the official EPA number by 16% is, well, it's practically unheard of. It tells you that this car is ridiculously efficient. It just sips energy. And that efficiency, that's the real holy grail in EV engineering. And here's where you can really see what that performance means. When you put it side by side with its biggest rivals in the exact same test, it's not even close. That 434 miles leaves both the Audi A6 e-tron and the Tesla Model 3 way behind. This isn't just a small win, it's a total knockout. So, we know it has unbelievable range, but what about when you do finally have to plug it in? How does it get you back on your way so fast? Well, the answer lies in some pretty slick, high-end technology. The secret weapon here is its 800-volt architecture. The easiest way to think about it is like having a much wider pipe for electricity. It lets the energy flow into the battery way faster, more efficiently, and with less wasted heat. This is the kind of tech that, up until now, you'd only find in super expensive EVs, like a Porsche. So what does that actually mean for you when you pull up to a charging station? It means the CLI gets you back on the road in about 21 minutes. A competitor, like the Tesla Model Y, which uses the older 400-volt system, takes almost double that time. That's a huge chunk of your day that you're getting back. And hey, it's not just us saying this. People in the EV community are all over it. As this one Reddit user put it so perfectly, its charging speed isn't just a little better, it's just flat out faster than almost everything else out there right now. All right, let's bring it all home. We've got best-in-class range, we've got best-in-class charging speed. So, does that make it the perfect electric car? Let's talk about it. I mean, with numbers this good, you have to start asking yourself, okay, what's the catch? There's always a catch, right? No car is perfect. So what are the trade-offs? Well, the whole debate really boils down to this. On the one hand, you have this absolutely record-breaking technology. But on the other, it does have a premium price tag for a car of its size. And while that 800-volt charging is awesome, you might not get those top speeds on older 400-volt chargers that are still pretty common.
But, and this is a huge but, here's the killer counterargument to the price discussion. Despite being a Mercedes, the CLA is now the least expensive car you can buy from any brand that has been tested to go over 400 miles in the real world. Think about that for a second. That's a massive value proposition. And that brings us to the final and maybe most important question. When you have a car that can comfortably drive 434 miles and then get most of that range back in the time it takes to grab lunch, have we finally reached the end of range anxiety? Is this the car that kills it for good?
So there you have it. The Mercedes CLA has definitely thrown down the gauntlet. It's setting a whole new standard for what we should expect from an electric car's efficiency and charging. Thanks so much for joining me for this breakdown, and I hope it gave you a really clear picture of this truly exciting new vehicle.